Quite the jam you
Where'd it go, Marlis? Welcome to 216 The Net. What if there was a show on Thursday evenings? What if it was brought to you through the financial support of your business? What if the hosts were Lisa from Lisa's Changing Perceptions and good old Uncle Pete from The Morning Show? What if it covered topics that you always wanted to ask? What if?
Wow. Applause for
What
that
if?
one.
Yeah, that was a fantastic producer.
That was. It was quite amazing.
And producer, our producer did us proud right there, because this is the pilot episode
Yes, it is.
of What If.
And we have no plan, which is always the best to me.
What if we
no
were actually
plan.
prepared for it?
We're actually prepared as
What if we were
as
actually
he-
professionals?
and he, as he chucks the water bottle off the producer desk, where drinks are technically not prevented, but we do that all the time anyway. And what if I actually did do a tiny bit of planning, because
Oh, see, leave it to
Oh,
Pete.
yeah.
I mean, and who was it?
What if
Was
he ever
it-
left the studio?
Yeah, what if he ever
What if
actually
he didn't have a sleeping bag over there in the corner?
Yeah, what if he actually slept, which actually did happen today, as a matter of
You should
fact.
find a good hypnotherapist to help you
So,
sleep.
Um,
I can look one up.
What if
you can look one up. So, but I actually did. Today was a repeat of Uncle Pete in the morning, because I did wake up about 4, and I thought, I don't really have to get going until about 5:30. So I'll just lay here. And then I actually didn't realize I forgot to set my alarm, and woke up at 7:15.
Woo!
And so,
Are you invigorated now? Did you feel it?
no, no, I was actually really rather annoyed. But I mean,
what
it
if
was-
you actually were happy about it?
What if? Hey,
What if you
well,
told your mind
I mean-
that was a good thing?
it was okay? It was all right. And what if, yeah? So, oops, it looks like you see. What if?
What does
We
it say?
did.
I can't.
Facebook.
Even, I don't have my glasses on.
It
because I
It
don't
says,
know what-
oops, looks like your broadcast was deleted from Facebook page 216 The Net. Please start again. What if Facebook?
What if?
What if Facebook
What
didn't suck balls? That's my question.
Should we
for the
start
day.
over? I don't know if I can redo the.
Yeah, you know what? What if here? I will just share. This is what I'm going to do. Is
There
see if
you
I can
go.
get away with
What
it.
if?
What if I share this to
Oh,
Facebook? I don't know if it will let me do this. What?
It says we're live now
If-
again, right?
What if?
So am I just sitting here looking stupid while we're
Oh,
live?
you look great.
Live,
No, you look great while you're stupid.
right?
No. We're still live on YouTube and the radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just our good friends at Facebook, and Pete and I were just talking.
Well, thank
about,
God I didn't say anything horrible.
No,
So-
we're still good with the YouTube.
I don't
and with
really
the
know
radio.
if this will let me do this, because I'm technically in Facebook jail at the
Again?
moment. Every 5 freaking minutes.
What
now.
if you want?
It
What if Facebook allowed us to speak freely?
What if? I'm saying, I'm telling you. Now, I will say, though, that I had an experience earlier this week where it said that, now see here, 216 The Net is actually live right now. So what if Be Live is full of shit?
Yeah, they could be.
It could be, because
So you guys are talking in all
I
these
don't know.
alien terms.
All right. Well, we'll
yeah,
just-
that's because, we know the technical jargons of our industry.
Because you're a professional. That's why you took notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you wrote it down. 'Cause
So-
professional.
So what if we are actually live right now, and we just send that to a couple of folks? But what if this would actually work? So, Lisa, I have a few
back to you in
things.
the booth.
What I would like to do, though, is
Okay.
just so people understand what we're doing. We are
We don't know what we're
basically
doing, so how can they understand it?
because so that people understand what I'm doing while you're sitting next to me and he's sitting over there. From my perspective, And from my view of this table here, what if I'm chasing rabbits down their holes? I'm chasing rabbits down their holes. That's my intent.
You're gonna get stuck.
I might,
What if you get stuck?
but what if I don't?
What if you do?
What if it's a big ass rabbit?
That could be.
What
Is that
if
sharp?
what if you get stuck and Mary's grateful?
Could be. I don't know. I have no idea.
What if the rabbit's a rabbit?
But we have rabbits.
What if the rabbit's a rabbit and you're stuck in the hole?
Well, then I probably won't go down that hole again.
Well, what if you can't get out? You're gonna have to stay there.
So no, then that's where guys will know where my grave is. I suppose.
What if Kent and I videotaped it?
But and what if that went viral? So there you go.
That probably would.
Remember,
Here you go.
Hey, they make a lot of money doing that. Maybe
like and
that's
share
Uncle-
21.6 a minute.
Uncle Pete in the hole. Uncle Pete in the hole.
Each morning we could do it like when they did the Eagles that they were waiting for stuff to hatch. We'll just put a camera out there waiting for
Wait
Pete
for
to
him
get
to
out of the
get
hole.
Or
Still
you
in
remember when was it back in the was it the
35.
70s or 80s when that little baby got stuck in a well?
There was an interview with her not long ago.
Oh, she got out? I thought she died.
No, she's still down there.
Yeah, she's 30 years old, still in the hole.
Oh,
They
I
keep
thought
throwing her sandwiches.
lowering cameras down. Gave up trying
She
to
does-
hoist her out of
yeah,
there.
she does
Fed her
YouTube
too
live.
many
She does
sandwiches.
YouTube lives now.
Too many sandwiches in the hole. So,
That's right.
but anyway, also, what
You can
if
see this will be an educational show.
what if is the condition or supposition that in
Don't
the
use
event that
You're not allowed to use any words I can't spell, Pete.
these are easy
what if
words.
he did?
These are easy words. Or despite the possibility that no matter whether, imagine what might happen or what might have happened. And there's a lot that I could go what if, because there's a lot of I had opportunities, very specific opportunities long ago that had I not made the decision I made, I would not be here. I don't even I have no clue what I would be doing, but I
I think
wouldn't
that
even
that's
be
true
here.
for all of us, though. I think that's true for all of us.
There were very, very specific moments.
Mhm.
And
Turning points, I call them in life. Turning points in life.
yeah,
When you're caught at the crossroads and you have to pick one.
Yeah.
And
You
you
know.
pick one, it ends up being incredibly significant. And the interesting part of that is that sometimes it's the smallest of things that you look back on and realize, what if I hadn't done that? What if I hadn't taken that phone call? What if I hadn't talked to that person? What if I didn't do this? And it's funny because I'll tell you, even when I had known my husband since I was 9, and his sister was getting married because I grew up with the family. His other sister was my age, and the night that his sister was getting married, my date had to work. He was a tow truck driver when I was in high school. I was 18 at the time, and he got called into work, and I wasn't gonna go. And my brother talked me into going anyway, and I'm like, all right, I'll go. And my husband's date happened to not go either. And we went out after that wedding, and we were engaged 2 months later. So what if I wouldn't have gone to the wedding? What if? Is that destiny? Or is that's a big question.
It is, isn't it?
Is it destiny or is it our choices? Come on. I know Kent's got something to say because I can see his little face. You guys can't see it. I can see it. So are your choices destiny?
no.
Or you don't think they're destiny? You think they're true choices? See, I believe in destiny. For certain things, for major events in life, I believe in destiny.
You can't believe for some and not for everything.
No, I believe that we have life charts and life contracts. And so picture it like a big roadmap. There are certain destinations you are absolutely going to hit. There are certain things that are absolutely going to happen. It's contracted that you do it in this lifetime. But you get to choose whether you take the speedy highway or the bumpy road or the side roads, or you stop for a little while and see the scenery, or you kind of get to choose some of those paths that you get there. But that there are major events in your life that are absolutely happening and there's no way to avoid them.
Now, Pete, you don't believe in destiny.
No.
So
What
tell
if
me,
you did?
What
so
if I
correct
did?
me, open my mind.
What if I did? I would probably not try a lot of things. If I believed in destiny, then to me that means whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. So I'm just going to sit
So
here
what if destiny is
and
real?
let it happen. So I do not think destiny is real.
I didn't ask you if you thought it. I said, what if it is?
What if it is? What if it is? Then it is very clever. because it disguises itself in the form of choices. So what if destiny is real? It means, to me, what if destiny is real? That means we actually have never made a choice. Everything we do, we were supposed to have and has been preordained to have been done. We only have the illusion
So what if that's true?
of living.
Not
What
a
if
joke.
that's true? Then I think I would. What if that is true? I think I would choose to ignore that, because that would really just suck
What if
to me.
the life scrolls, right, are like those choose an ending, paragraph books. So you're up there and you're like, well, at this point in my life, I'm either going to go right or left.
Mhm.
And if I go left, let's move over to page 86. If you go right, let's go to the next page.
That's an interesting concept.
What if it is like that?
I do believe in the free will.
Mhm.
I just believe that there
Hey,
are certain
Ted, how
things
you
we
doing?
cannot change.
Ted says a
Hi,
little of
Ted.
both.
Yeah, Ted says a little bit of both. I
Yeah, I guess I feel like Ted does. Like, I do believe that we have those free wills, and I do believe that we can make our path or our journey more difficult or easier based on our free will choices, based on what we've learned, based on our egos, based on our pride, based on blah, 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 blah. But that there are certain experiences we will have in this lifetime that are unavoidable. That's how I see it.
I think that when very recently, my choice was to make no choice, was to take no action in a certain life event, thinking that what my wife, Mary Catherine, wanted to do was never going to happen. I'm just going to let her do her thing because I know it's not going to happen. It happened. Boom, 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 boom.
But you're married
And
to
I was-
an empath, so
I was essentially I was actually along for the ride in her process of choices, because I chose to not engage in that process, but I'm with her, and if I want to stay with her, and see that because I want to stay with her and I've chosen, has changed my life significantly in ways
what
I
ways?
in ways I would never have imagined. The choice to be with her.
What if that's how it was meant to be? What if you were supposed to learn that in this lifetime? What if that was part of the journey?
Oh, it's part of my journey.
Yeah. Well, what if you weren't supposed to make those decisions because she was supposed to pull you somewhere in order for you to accelerate where you were supposed to be? Maybe she was supposed to help you get there. What if that's true? What if that's true?
If that's true, then it's really not that bad, because I don't quite mind where I'm at right now.
Absolutely. But what if it's true that you were going to be there no matter what? What if that moment was meant to be a moment that you did not need to have the choice? You just allowed yourself to flow. And what if that was part of the plan?
Yeah, that's a thinker.
That's how I like it.
It's a thinker. But, because there were, when she and I first met, we met pre-internet days.
You're lucky, trust me.
We met over the phone, and she worked for a company in Mount Prospect, Illinois. I worked for a company in Kansas City, Missouri. That's where I grew up. And she and I, because of my role and her role, we talked a bazillion times a day. And one day she says, "Hey, do you care if I come to Kansas City? I got a week off." And I pulled the phone. This is back when phones were like this, y'all.
When we actually held them to our
Yeah,
ear
held them
and they
to
had a
our ear.
cord.
Yeah. It was no headset. This was actually, you pick it up. And
You had to actually-
I thought you were
Yeah.
like this.
You had to
yeah. No, they weren't.
you had to actually do manual labor
Yeah,
to make
manual
a phone call.
labor to answer the phone. And I remember looking at it thinking, this chick is crazy. I suppose I'll see if I can get time off too. Went up to HR. Oh yeah, sure. You got this one. You didn't use, you had carryover. You didn't use it. So yeah, sure. Whatever.
Oh, and look how easy it flowed.
Yeah, it was super easy. So I'm like, all right, I got the
sure,
time
that's my
off. Sure,
destiny.
go ahead. And it's not destiny. It just is what it is.
And
It's happenstance.
it is. What if it flowed so easily because it was part of the plan and meant to.
Maybe.
What if?
And, you know, so she came out. And then a month later, she moved out. Then our son was born, and I had a choice. She said, I'm going home. I want to be by my parents. You can come if you want to. It was not a, oh, please come with me. Oh, you know, it was not a, there was no indication of a romantic desire or relationship desire to have me come along. It was like, you can come if you want. This is where I'm going. I guess if I want this family, I'm going to go. So I go. Now,
So what if that was because you tend to be an incredibly independent person, and maybe destiny knew that if you were forced to do it, it wouldn't be the same as making a choice to do it because you like to be a person of choices. So destiny made sure that that's how it would flow. What if?
Or what if it was
Look,
just
you
my
just, I
choice?
wish you guys could see Ken's face though.
What if it was just my choice? What if it was just like, yeah, I kind of like to do this. Now, we got out here. And I'm not going to go into full detail, but she said what she said to you on your show the other day when she was a guest. Because right after we moved out, there was and it was, in retrospect, it was a really idiotic reason to have to go back to Kansas City on my part and then come back out. But my thought was, because I'd been through a different kind of situation. Again, I'm not going to go into details, but I thought, I don't really think she actually wants me there. She just, you know, maybe she doesn't want to be a single parent or whatever, but maybe I'm not going to go back. And I'm like thinking, I'd really like to know how this kid turns out. And I kind of really do like her. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and go back. And so I went back. But there was
what if that was because it was
serious,
destined to be,
there
and
was
then
a
your spirit
serious-
was telling you and pushing you and guiding you towards that decision?
there was serious contemplation about not going back.
That's okay.
And-
Processing and filtering is normal.
And I was a young man at the time. I mean, I was, 26? I was 26. And so I came back, and then we wound up having the life that we've had. But I will say that anytime she decides she's going to do something, it gets done.
It's gonna get
Because your
done.
wife's an intuitive
Yeah.
empath.
It happens.
Ted,
She does it.
Ted says just like he and his wife, when they first met, his wife was engaged, or he said, I was engaged to a woman I thought was supposed to be, I was supposed to be with. She was dating a man she thought she was supposed to be with. But when people said they could see us together, we both were like, no way. And look where they are today.
Because it was
Sandy, hello,
destined.
how you doing?
So it's destined, and it's how you met them and the synchronicity of it all. And what if you needed that filtering process in order to be sure that you wanted to tie yourself down to this, but your spirit was pushing you towards that's what it was, and our guidance is our spirit knowing what our contract is? What if?
So how I mean, did you lose sleep? I mean, how hard was that decision? Did you ponder
Are you
it
trying
for,
to get him divorced now after all those years?
did you ponder it for a few days? Or was it like,
Oh, I spent deep thought
yeah,
by myself on an 8.5 hour drive. I mean, this was 8.5 hour drive there, 8.5 hour drive back, 8.5 hour drive there. I mean, and there was actually a point before we left where I was strongly considering not going.
and you were how old at that time?
26,
26.
Do you tend to be an
26.
overthinker in life anyway?
100%.
Okay.
Do you know this guy over here?
So, well, my point being
I
is
do.
that
I think through every facet of everything that comes up.
Oh boy.
And sometimes I think a thing to death, and I often go to worst case scenario because I want to be prepared emotionally to deal with the situation if that's what comes about.
but what if your spirit knows that about you and knows about the reactions of your lifetime, so it knew how you had to filter and process it, so it guided you slowly so that you could be sure of your decision, but it was still destiny?
But what if that's not the case at all? What if it's
What if
just
it
a
is?
case of thinking through a
What
situation?
if it is deflector?
This is what if.
This is not Lisa's changing perception.
This is what
What
if.
if it
Oh,
was
that's right.
though? What if it was?
This is what
What
if.
if I had to analyze you here in
That's
the
right.
air?
So I mean, but again, I didn't because we had talked decades later. I kept that all to myself too.
Of
I never
course.
discussed that with her.
Men talk.
It was decades later that we wound up in something of a deep conversation, and I talked with her about it. And I was just like, well, I mean, it doesn't matter now because I'm here, I've been here, whatever.
Yeah.
This is a
It is what
non.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it was a non-thing to me because.
And you brought it
obviously
up to her.
I made the choice.
That was
There,
wrong.
there was conversation that led into it.
Yeah, what if you were
Like,
smart
as
enough?
to
not
Well,
our
to
then
do
I have a
that?
question for you.
So, yeah, but she apparently,
What if men were smart enough not to bring up stupid shit to their wife?
You know what? That's what.
and there you go. There
what
you
if
go.
Men
But
knew
see, to
when
me,
shush?
it's not
Right.
stupid. It was germane and an important part of the conversation at the time when that came up. It was germane to it, an important part of it,
Sure.
and as a model for an explanation as to, yes, we are together. I mean, we've been together
All right.
for 30 freaking years.
Now I have one, and I want your input on this too because
Oh,
of your
boy.
background.
Oh boy.
What if it is destiny? And if it's not destiny, explain to me why I've been shown so many things in advance that came true.
What if so the question that has been posed
They heard the question.
is what if?
Are you gonna?
What if destiny is real and I
That's-
can prove
That's
it?
called stalling.
How about that? What if destiny is true and I
Yeah.
can prove it?
That's bad radio.
I-
Right there.
Yeah,
Dead
that
air.
I
is,
was
because
just gonna say, I stumped the boys. Is there an
If
award
you
for
can
that? Is
prove
there like
it-
a 216 the net award
No.
because I
No.
made you two
Well, no, this
speechless?
I'm just the producer, so I'm allowing the host to respond.
what if destiny is real and you can prove it? I would be open to hearing your argument for proof.
So if destiny isn't real, how did I know as a child I would be a widow?
Don't know. That's a good question.
If destiny isn't real, how was I told 9 months before I met my ex that I would meet a man who was between 6'2" and 6'4" with dark hair that would completely take my breath away? And 5 months later told that a family would be moving in with me. There would be 3 bedrooms built in my basement and the family really needed me. And that relationship is what brought me right here, right now, knowing what I know and going back to college. How did I know all that in advance?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it destiny, or is it the universe just kind of
Well, what the hell- what the heck
guiding
you
you?
call that?
Or is that the power
What
of
would that be?
suggestion?
Wouldn't that be destiny? The power of suggestion, like I'm driving down Highway 50 and subconsciously it goes, hey, meet a tall,
Yeah.
good-looking guy.
I mean, was maybe
Yeah.
maybe there was a time when you were you were a child doing dishes at the sink with your grandmother, and she says, "Oh, honey, you're gonna marry a guy who's 6'2". You didn't really pay.
But I didn't.
You didn't really pay attention to that, and then all of a sudden, it comes out of one of those folds in your brain when you're a little bit older, and you're like, "Oh."
So
I'm gonna
let me
meet a guy."
understand this right. Your what if is, what if when I was a kid, my grandma told me that I was going to marry somebody, and after they died, I was going to be shown a tall, dark-haired guy that I would end up being with.
Yeah.
And my grandma decided that when I was young. So let's say, what if you are correct? How did my grandma know?
Well, grandmas know everything. That's the joy of a grandma.
My grandma was psychic too, so that's
Dawn. Hey, Dawn, how
there
you doing?
are.
Happy evening. Happy
What if
evening
my
to you, Dawn.
Sandy says, "What if my spirit guided me in the wrong direction? What if my spirit guide showed me a wonderful and it has never been?"
Showed me a wonderful life and has never been.
Then what if
Right.
you didn't follow your guidance, or what if your free will choices created to be more difficult than it was supposed to be?
Now, okay, in talking about spirit guide and all of that kind of stuff, because I'm way open to this, because what if all of that is actually really real? Because I've seen some stuff and experienced some stuff and still do to this day.
Just today on a 3-hour Zoom call.
I did. It was remarkable. Yes, Spirit was
So what
bored.
if
Spirit was immensely bored during the 3-hour Zoom
So
call.
what if it is real? If you're open to saying
So-
that that's real, what if it is real? And then what if your spirit guides are actually helping you with your life contract? So therefore, it's not actually free will. You're being guided.
So
So what if you're wrong about everything you ever thought?
then I'm going to ignore that and continue the illusion that I have free will because I like that.
Oh, you can.
I like the illusion of free will if it is an illusion.
No, I don't know if free will. I think free will is free will. I
Yes, I
think
agree.
that the Creator has given us the ability to choose. But I like to think. I mean, when we were where we were before we were planted on this marble,
on the ghetto,
yeah.
on the ghetto planet.
yeah. Hey, Dawn, we had an entire show that
Backwoods.
tried to get you a date. The interesting thing I think, right, is that we're all sitting around writing on our life scores, and I really enjoy that. As we're writing, perhaps the Creator, the Spirit, comes up and says, "You might have a choice there."
Right.
And so we go, oh, so if I go into the cave, I'm going to go to page 38. If I don't go into the page, I'll go to the next page.
Absolutely.
Right. So I think perhaps
I agree with that.
So I think perhaps the all-knowing, all-being Creator, Spirit, energy force, whatever you want, God, whatever you believe in, what you want to say, maybe taps us on the shoulder as we're writing these and says,
You might want to rethink that.
what if?
What if
What
you
if this
didn't-
happens?
What if?
Right.
What if you failed to use
So-
an Oxford comma
And
before
what-
you
here-
said and?
And right.
What if you self-reflected and asked yourself when you struggled, did I struggle because I tended to take the easy route versus challenging myself to do what was right but difficult?
And see, here's one of the reasons that I did an immense amount of self-reflection is because I realized that I often took the route of most resistance, hitting like if there was a brick wall, I
That's
hit
so-
it with my head, hit it with my head,
When I
hit
have
it
an
until it fell down.
Sure.
My head ain't gonna feel good
When
after
I have an
that,
epiphany
but I'll
moment-
get through it.
when I have an epiphany moment where that moment for me, I call that is like that moment that I realized, now I realize why all that happened. Like now all the pieces came together and I laugh and I'll always go, but it would be me who chose on my map of life because I just to take not only the dirt road, but the one with the potholes and the blockages
Oh, yeah, I think,
and,
you know,
and trip over it and fall on my face.
I like what Sandy says, right?
I
Yeah.
can't see it.
I'm still going to hold on to the aliens have screwed everything up.
Just in Georgia.
Well, and here we were talking a wee bit before the show in the green room.
Yeah.
The room that is green.
She's the one who asked the question. She's the one I was talking to that asked that question.
And my thought is, what if, because there's been much debate about the moon, the more we're able to look at it close up and, what if the moon was actually an intergalactic pickup truck and someone said, hey, y'all, road trip. There's this place called Earth way out in the boonies of the Milky Way. Y'all are going to love it. And they got here and ran out of gas. So here we are. We all got off the moon and came down here. And all
What
the
if
people
someone
that
sniffs Steve's
what if-
coffee?
you're more than welcome. Yeah. You can sniff my coffee if you want. That's going on a shirt one day. You can sniff my coffee if you want. There's none of that in my coffee. My stomach can't handle that stuff. But what if?
What if it could?
What if it could? We would not get much done at all if it could. What if that's the case? What if we got here on the moon and all the people that knew how stuff worked kind of died out? There's a lot of, there's talk and legends and rumors of Atlantis and all kinds of amazing technology. There are all kinds of ancient hieroglyphs and rock carvings and such that show things that you look at it now and you're like, oh, that's what we have now. That's an astronaut suit. Because look at it. And it's the same in Peru as in Bolivia, as in Egypt.
So you're saying
So what if
What if
that
we're
happened?
not actually accelerating in our knowledge and our spirituality and our belief system, we're actually plummeting downward.
Well, no. What?
So take a
What
look
if?
at-
What if we had it?
take
but
a look at
then
this station? Oh, no.
But then, because people are people and we do what we do.
Yeah.
As you guys can see out there right now, we do what we do. We suffered a cataclysmic event that caused near extinction of the human race. There's really nothing but coffee in that mug. But we had to rebuild our understanding and comprehension of technology and advance. And so now we're just barely getting back.
So you're saying, what if we had all our acts together and everything was known and cool, and then we just completely screwed it up?
We completely screwed the
And then
pooch.
now we're meant to start over. So like we're starting back at the starting gate again. So I want to know, okay, so we're in the marathon now of knowledge and learning. Where the hell are we in it? Because
So the interesting thing, right, for good Christian people, the Bible is that path, right? That's the map. In Genesis, a lot of us like to say God created Adam. Actually, it says Ahadam, right? Ahadam means people, man,
Mhm.
not just a person.
oh, that's interesting.
Right. So the interesting thing is to what Pete is saying, that perhaps the bus stopped and here on earth all of a sudden plopped down a Hadam, human.
Yeah.
And,
What happened?
And now, because a few chapters later, it's like it was Adam and Eve, and now there's thousands of people. I mean, they were busy talking about a rabbit hole.
Well,
Never mind. But to your point, right? And then you watch something like Men in Black. There's always a little bit of truth in fiction.
yeah, a little bit.
You know, is it perhaps that something stopped in a bump and we got
So
spit out
what if
here?
we're repeating everything all over again? Hence, that's why you have the draw and the desire or the knowing of where you're supposed to go, because it's deja vu.
Deja vu.
Is it deja vu?
It's a
Perhaps
glitch in the Matrix.
maybe it's innate. Maybe it's ingrained into
Right, because you're repeating it. You've done it
DNA.
before.
Maybe it's DNA coded.
Yeah.
Because my personal belief in deja vu is it's a moment in time when we remember writing our life charts. It's for that split second
That
we
split second.
remember.
Yeah. Glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Look at you go with the big old fancy words.
And thanks for tuning in.
There's only
That's it.
6 letters. in
And God
Matrix.
had to send, or spirit, whatever, had to spend blessings, so they sent Keanu Reeves.
That's it.
That's
On a
my-
speeding bus.
They did. And just for the record,
Oh.
Keanu, I'm single, and you can reach me at 216-9.com. Just saying.
That's it.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure he's listening.
Of
our 2
why
million.
not? He's got to be at
Of our
least.
2 million listeners.
It's a possibility. You never know.
You don't know. You know what? Maybe I could zone in on him.
Hashtag Keanu. Now he will.
Hashtag yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtag John Wick.
That's it.
I love the freaking John Wick movie.
Well, you went to
Well, you know what? That's when Keanu can kill like 200 people using just a McDonald's straw. That's how when
Or-
people say,
or
what
a
are the John
pencil.
Wick movies like? That's what I, and then I say, why did they have to kill the dog?
what if he
Like
could?
all those people, I'm
Well,
good
see,
with that.
What if he
no,
could?
but
Well,
that
why
was
the
the
dog?
point.
Why
That
the
was the
dog?
point. That's what pissed him off.
I
Yeah.
know.
That's
You
what
heard-
that
you
was
heard
the
his dog.
trigger. That was that's the little light that lit his.
So what if the
fuse.
dog never died?
Yeah, what if the dog never died? It
John
would have
Wick
been a
be
really
John Wick?
short
What if it was-
movie.
Yeah.
John Wick would not be John Wick.
No.
Yeah. What if John Wick had revived the dog? Would there have been a John Wick 2?
Yeah. But then there was a John Wick 3.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with a John Wick 4. I don't know that there
I
will
haven't
be.
seen one of the movies.
No.
I'm not a movie guy.
You're
No,
not
you
a movie
haven't
guy.
seen one of
I
those?
haven't seen one.
I
love
would
those.
watch them even if I didn't like them, just because it's Keanu.
Keanu.
Oh, that
Or
really?
Marky Mark. Keanu, sorry.
Oh, you
Marky
like
Mark.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't mean. Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
he a singer?
Mark
Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg.
I
Mark's-
can't place the. I've heard. I know I've heard the
Wahlburgers.
name.
He's a good-looking kid.
I can't place
Good,
the.
I mean, nice.
Well, and he's a good
The face.
person
Yeah,
too.
yeah, he
And
does a lot of
it's
good
not just
things.
looks.
He does a lot of good things.
It's not
That's
just
nice.
looks.
Good
It's nice
family
when
man.
people do good
He is.
things.
He's a good family man.
But Keanu's the true. If you were gonna be like
he's
a
got a good
heaven
soul.
on earth,
He's got a good soul.
yes, he does.
Mhm.
He is truly like.
He seems
to
like
me,
a nice guy.
He is
I haven't
truly
met
the
him.
example that people should really look at.
Never bought into the Hollywood stuff.
No, not at
He's-
all.
He's grounded, well grounded.
He gave away like 90% of his earnings
Yeah.
to a movie to don't. I mean, he lives in a normal house. He takes the subway. Like, he's just a totally good guy. And he just randomly donates all the time and
Yeah.
lives like everybody else. He doesn't believe in all the.
That's just, what if that's just the narrative you're shown because that's his brand? And
What
none
if the
of that
media
is
is lying about something else? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Basically.
You know what, Pete? I'm
What
not
if
going to
that's-
shatter your little belief in free will, and you leave my Keanu be. This is how we're going to play this. This is going to be
Really?
the rule.
Yeah.
No, it just amazes me though when like you comment on that when people look at people of fame or whatever, and you almost talk. To me, it sounds like you talking about him as though you know him personally, and for me,
I do in my soul.
in
Pete.
your soul. Okay, all right, I'll let your soul have that one. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what that says. I've never read it.
No, it's just a neat picture of some sort of galaxy thing.
Oh, okay,
In my soul, Keanu knows me,
okay,
and I know him, and
That's
we
fine.
communicate.
that's fine. I mean, he's
What's in your coffee?
I don't have any.
yeah.
This is just me.
I drank it while I was driving.
Yeah, he and I are actually very close to the same age, so that's surprising. I thought he was a lot younger than me.
would've
And then
guessed
I
so.
was like, damn, he's in good shape for as old as he is.
You know
You are
what?
too,
Maybe
Pete.
we'd look younger. if
Yeah,
we
well,
were
I'm
that
in a
nice.
great round shape.
What if we don't look that young because we're not nice?
Huh?
What if that's why he looks so young? Because he's such a nice person.
Mm.
And we don't look so young because maybe we're not nice enough. What
I
if-
have a feeling that the amount of Twinkies I eat has more to do with that than how nice I am.
I think that would keep you younger. It's a lot of preservatives in there.
There are a
There
lot
you
of
go.
preservatives. There are.
Maybe your insides are young.
I also eat a lot.
Maybe that's why
I, not of anything
Right,
specific.
maybe-
I just eat a
Well,
lot.
I know that you eat a lot of stuffed grape leaves because you did not save any for
what
me.
if
I only
So what
ate
if
what
you
was
had
on my
saved
plate.
Lisa grape leaves as she had requested so politely
I
on
saw
the
it?
air?
I
You
did.
did.
See
I
it.
even
And I
said,
did
please.
say, I
Did you
did say,
see-
I'll see what I can do. I did
But you
say.
didn't see that much because you saw him walk out the door. With
No,
them.
I did not see that. I saw that there were no more left on the table. I didn't
What if-
realize he had packed them up.
What if you had tackled him in the hallway and gotten Lisa's
What
grape
if
leaves?
what if he would have done the right
what
thing?
if Lisa's demeanor would have been totally different?
What if he would have done the right thing and left the food? That's the
Well, that's a thing too.
one.
What if I had? I mean, honest,
I can't read the screen, Sandy. I
you're
can
fine.
see that you're
Two-
typing, but I have to say something. I'm not wearing my glasses
Here,
so
let
that
me
I
put mine
cannot
on.
see that screen.
Oh,
and I
you're
Oh,
can
that's
sit here
still
and
her
function.
aliens
Yeah,
comment.
that's her
That's
aliens.
still her
Okay.
aliens comment. We're okay.
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
okay.
Yeah, we're fine. We're dandy.
I'll do my job.
Fine and dandy. Fine and dandy at the same time, which is a rare occurrence according to George Carlin.
That's right.
So people are very rarely fine and dandy.
So what's your what if?
Who's
One of you.
Which what if? I already
you
gave you.
gave?
I what if I had not made the choices to be with my wife, I would not be here. I would be doing something probably
What if
in
you
Missouri.
Because it was part of your life contract. So even if you had not made that choice in that moment, something would have urged you or something would have created a synchronicity that caused you to be where you were meant to be either way.
It's extremely hard to imagine that would have been the case because I cannot think of any other thing which would have caused a cataclysm for me to leave the state that I was in.
No. I'm saying, what if you were meant to be with Mary? So even if you had decided not to go back to her in that moment, or you had decided that wasn't for you, what if something would have pushed you to do that either way? You would have ended up there regardless because it's where you were meant to be. So your free will would have been not going in that second and feeling like you didn't have to, but something, because it was meant to, would have pushed you there regardless.
It would have to have been a cataclysmic event.
Well, usually
Very, very significant.
birth might have been cataclysmic event.
Well, I mean, Cody was born,
But
our oldest son.
what if you were just going to be there no matter what? What if that was your destiny? What if before you guys came down here, it was part of your agreement that in this lifetime, this would be what you experienced. This would be when you met. This is what you would experience together, and this is what you would learn from each other. Because it was part of your elevation.
Then why would you come? If you already know, if you're writing your life contract, and I'm up there in the great white beyond,
Let me help.
and I'm sitting down here and I'm going, okay, I've done this, and this before. I've done this on this planet over here. I've done this on that planet over here. I've done this on this particular planet right here, this Earth place in the far backwoods of the freaking Milky Way galaxy. I'm going to go ahead and write a life contract for another round of this, and it's going to include this, and this.
Because I'm going to have the
these
experience
1, 2,
of
3,
it.
4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 items suck balls, but
will cause me great growth.
But
Because
but
what
if you're writing that, why would you even? You know the end.
Because
So
you're in a
why do
place
you
of
even
bliss
come?
that you can't anticipate how difficult it's going to be until you come down and actually experience it. And the most difficult things that we experience are usually what we learn the most from. So what if your whole goal is to do just that, learn from the difficulties? And what if some of us write more difficult life contracts because we want to learn even more? And what if we talk to Kent while he's raising his hand?
Yeah,
like he's in
Mr.
the
Producer,
second grade?
you've got your hand up.
Yeah, you're the producer. Do you
Go
know you
ahead.
can actually just mute us if you want to speak?
Yeah,
You
I
could.
guess I could.
You
What
could.
if you just
What
muted
if I
us
just
and
mute-
spoke when you want?
What if you only write one contract and you go into the cave? So you go to page 38 because you have free will. And at the end of this beautiful contract is the most incredible euphoric state that you could ever be in. And because of your free will, you have decided to not go into the cave. So you go to the next page and you never get to the euphoric end. So you say, let me go and try that again in a different
bravo.
shell,
What if Kent is right?
right? So you come down here in a different shell and you're forced with kind of the same cave. How many times can you not go in? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we don't know. I don't think that we go up and rewrite. I think we have one life
deal.
one scroll, and Jainism and the Middle East will tell you there's 7 layers. You have to, right?
Some people struggle with being stuck with the same cave their whole life.
You're right. You're right.
So
So
they venture
what
out
if
looking
then?
for other caves.
They go, yeah.
What
they
if
gotta go
then
look
it's
for that
just
rabbit
like
hole?
this giant cosmic video game?
Yeah.
Where you keep going and you get
Yeah.
to this level, but your goal is to get to level 10,
So
where you get your euphoria.
Yeah.
But you can't. You just, man, some buck. I've tried this 7 times and I am totally stuck on the damn cave.
yeah. So you say,
When you
So
say,
then in your life contract, other people come into your life to help you with the experiences to teach
What
you
if?
how to get to the next level.
yeah.
What
And,
if?
then, and what if you're sitting up there and you're like, hey, maybe this time I want to go through looking like a snowman on popsicle sticks.
yeah, look how freaking funny that is.
What if? Yeah.
That would actually be something I think that I would.
you
say.
would.
I'd be
I'll
like,
take that one.
that's freaking hilarious. Put me in there.
Let's go there.
Let's go.
Because
Give
this
it red hair
yeah.
too, because that's all right.
because this time around I had the opportunity to here's the line to get into a surgeon's body and go through this around in making surgical things. But I said, I would rather be in that guy over there that knows every lyric to all the 80 songs.
You know what? I was just thinking, I know that I was probably given the option to be tall and thin and
Yeah.
eat whatever I want and have pretty feet, because that's something when I come back again, I'm going to
You want some pretty
I want to
feet.
wear pretty sand. I want my feet to be pretty in sandals.
I think all feet
Yeah.
are ugly. But
And I was in that line, and then I said, you know what? With all that personality and brains that you're going to have, don't be so selfish. So I decided to challenge people to discover
right? Hey.
to discover the
So-
inner beauty.
So my thought is to go along with Ted, perhaps a little of both. Perhaps you do have free will, but and that's why you keep coming back. You don't go, well, let's go up and write a whole new lifeline. I think you got it.
I do believe it's a choice
Right.
to come back here each time. And I do believe that we have certain purposes when
Yeah.
we come of things we want to experience, because without the experience, we wouldn't actually learn it.
Right.
what
Right.
if?
Or what if sometimes we're here just to be the vessel to help someone else?
Yeah.
What if?
What if? Again,
I've
given
said
that,
that, yeah.
you actually have memories that do not apply to the life you have lived. You have actual memories. I have
Because we
actual
have had multiple
memories.
lifetimes.
Right.
I'm saying,
That's
what if? 'Cause,
recycling of souls,
I
you know what I mean?
know. Because we're on this line of thought here. I have actual memories that do not apply to this lifetime, and actual memories. These is not derived from movies or
Right, I
books or
understand.
things that my imagination would have created or had an opportunity to create. And I know this because I know how old I was at the point in time when I was remembering these things. That these memories don't even include this planet.
Wow, Pete has at one point been from another planet.
What if?
What if that wasn't a
What
big
if-
stretch of the imagination?
Well, that would yeah.
What if
of
Pete
course.
took his medication?
What if? Yeah. What if? What if Pete
What
took his
if
meds today?
Ken
Yeah.
hadn't switched.
Now
Pete's
I will.
medication
I
for
will
the
say
sugar
we don't
pills to
seem
see
to be
what would
getting
happen.
some of the. We don't seem to get some of the comments here
Oh,
that
I'm
are
sorry.
showing up.
Yeah, I don't
No, well, they're not appear. They're
You know,
simply
your
not appearing.
Producer, you're
But-
kind of slacking.
No, there's not.
No.
I
He's
can't see.
fine. They're simply not appearing there. Wendy Munson, who happens to be my mom, says all three of you are nice and absolutely amazing people. Of
Oh,
course
she's
we
always.
are.
What if we were?
She's always.
What if we were?
What if it was
it's
fake,
just
like
fake.
Pete claims Keanu is?
Oh,
And-
What if this is just our persona for the air?
Yeah. What if that would
maybe
take
this voice is.
that would take a lot of work. It would take so much work to create a persona. I'm impressed with people who can act
Oh
because bleh, to me, the idea of going through the work of
Yeah, I was
creating
gonna say. I think my give a crap
persona
broke too much in order to do
you
it.
know, and Sandy Gibson says, my next life, I'm going to be a totally awesome polydactyl cat. So she wants to be a
Fantastic.
six-toed cat.
So my polydactyl cat, by the way, has 27 toes.
What the
27?
heck?
27 toes.
I thought they were just
Cats are stupid.
6 toes.
Cats
He's
are
not a he's not a
stupid.
cat
Cats are
fan.
stupid. All cats are
No,
stupid.
my cat is amazing.
He's not a cat
It's
fan.
my second polydactyl that I've had.
I live with 3 cats.
Tuna is chicken of the sea.
It is. It's
Yeah.
tasty.
Yes.
Yeah. And I live with 4 dogs, and I live with 2
Yeah, you got
rabbits.
too many
And I
animals.
live with a
Too
guinea
many.
pig.
I can have a dog. That's all you need.
I have
Eight
no
dogs.
animals. I don't. I personally have no animals whatsoever.
You say that, but you do
I
care
am
them.
an
I
animal
live with them.
person. I had many in my lifetime so far because I ran animal hospitals too. So that'd be kind of, and then the ones I couldn't handle, I sucked over to my mom and convinced her. I convinced her to watch them for a week or two, giving them their medicine while I looked for a home for them. Hence, they're keeping it. And now that I am an empty nester, I'm down to just my cat, and I'm okay with that. For now, at least, I'm okay with that. Someday, when I get my farmette, because Keanu came and bought me it, I will have a Rottweiler again. That is my
Rotties are great dogs.
yeah.
They're great
That's my favorite breed. It's my favorite dog I ever had, and I will have a Rottie again. I'm just Keanu. There's a dog in a rescue right now waiting. Just bring it.
Hashtag Keanu Reeves.
There you go. Sandy Gibson says polydactyl cats have totally amazing abilities.
And personalities. There we
What-
have a personality.
What do
of a
they
dog.
do? What are their abilities that
tend-
are beyond?
They can open
cat-like?
things. They have thumbs, literal big thumbs. Like they can open things. Mine could open cabinet doors. And their personalities. It is actually a birth defect that happened, but their personalities tend to be very much dog-like. Like they come when you call them, and they're very active and
Keanu's?
unafraid. No, polydactyls.
Oh, polydactyls.
Keanu has wings.
I put him out there
And a little
at
glow.
Keanu.
Yeah, at Keanu.
Try to get
So-
him in.
Yeah, they'll try and get him in for you there. Who
And
knows?
if Keanu,
He
if you're
may.
listening afterwards, you can reach me at lisaschangingperceptions.com,
It's running right across the bottom of the screen there. Front.
or you can call me. See my phone number. Call me. Call
It's
me.
at
There's a
anytime.
Rottweiler in rescue waiting to be on our farmette.
Don't worry about time
And
zones.
good evening, Scott Giles. Scott
Hey,
says,
Scott.
"Good evening, everyone." And your mom,
Hi,
Donna
Mom.
Baker Leckman, says
Hey.
she is telling the truth on that. I now have 2 cats, a guinea pig, and a dog.
One of her cats. that
What
she
if
has right now
Scott
is mine.
Giles? What if one of his businesses supported this show?
What if?
What if?
What if?
What kind
That
of
would be amazing.
businesses does
He
he have?
actually
Does he have
owns-
stuffed grape leaves? Because
No,
All right.
but he
he's got a
does
pet
have.
bakery.
He does have
Reese's.
Reese is over in McHenry. He and his family now own that over on Riverside, next to the. It's just down the
Yeah,
street
right. The
from
old river.
bakery.
Yeah,
The pet store
Riverside
over
Bakery.
there.
oh, really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
What if?
as
What
a
if
matter of in particular
if?
fact,
he gave us a lot of
What
money
if?
to support the show?
what
and,
if?
And what if he knew that I had animal knowledge and could help and encourage people?
There you go.
Because I
So-
20 years in I'm practice manager working in animal hospitals.
I will
Just
not
saying.
taste the dog biscuits ever again, though, Scott. Thanks. I thought it was a real bakery, and Scott.
He says they work with 2. I'm going to guess this word is rescues. We work with 2 rescues. He said, And I actually have eaten dog food in the
It's
past
salty.
when I was little,
Yeah, it's salty.
like actual dog food.
Yeah,
My
me
daughter
too.
used to
Salty.
walk over
I
and pull
was-
it out of my Rottweiler's mouth. Like when she was learning how to
that's a
walk,
good
she'd
Rowdy.
scoot over
Oh Lord.
and she would lift his lip up and she would pull the dog food out. And I asked the doctor once about it. I'm like, I just have to tell you. And the doctor is so funny. He goes, "Is it quality dog food?" And I said, "Well, yeah, it is news. I've never seen a kid die of dog spit." That was.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
for the record, my children are very rarely ill. So I do say that because I was a 25-minute rule, 5-second rule. when they were little.
Scott says we make
That I
custom
feel you.
dog
They had built
cookies.
up an
Have her
immunity.
contact me.
Custom dog cookies.
Custom dog cookies, says Scott. 1313 Riverside Drive.
And it would be lovely if we said that daily.
Right.
It would be, wouldn't it?
We're
Brought
That'd
to
be
you
amazing.
through the financial support of.
Yeah, 1313 Riverside Drive.
And if he decided to do that, I'll bet that Kent and Pete would try the biscuits on the air
I bet not.
and have a little.
What if we didn't?
And-
what if we didn't
What
do
if
that?
they
Yeah,
did?
right.
What if he agreed
What-
to do
what
it
if-
if you did? What if you did a little taste testing?
And what if I quit making noise right next to the
Yeah, you
mic?
really are a little thummy over there.
I am. I don't know what the dealio is.
That is
So
something.
we're just
the
throwing
deal?
some
What
ideas out
what
there
if
for
Be
you.
Live worked correctly? I don't know why I can't see these. Things.
Yeah, I don't know
You what?
why. Yeah, Be Live has been a wiener lately. It's I don't
We
know
love
what's up
Be
with-
Live though. Thank you.
Yeah, we're giving them all kinds of freaking money.
Yeah.
So what if they actually did what they were supposed to do?
So Lisa, what if you couldn't prove that destiny was real?
What if I couldn't, or what if I
Could
could?
not. What if you could not?
See, now here's and that's a good
You
question.
mean if I just had to kind
Because-
of get, like if I didn't see and hear things? if I
what
didn't
you
get the
have
visions, if I-
provided is anecdotal. It is not
it's
empirical
anecdotal
science.
to you.
It's because it is not scientific empirical proof wherein you can actually lay out and have this actually be examined by a group of your scientific peers. It is
But who says I have to
anecdotal.
lower myself to a lack of faith in order to have science prove it?
So I'm just saying.
It's our station. We
I'm
are.
just saying.
We do.
We
We, say
do.
it right here, right here.
We
And
just
what
said it
if-
on the air.
Just said
And what
that.
if we didn't let you on again?
We said that in front of too many people.
No, and Nicole, hey Nicole, how you doing, Nicole Vaughn?
Hey,
What
Um,
if Lisa was not on the station?
what if you were?
You can find Nicole Vaughn on Instagram at that one model Nicole.
Yeah. So here you asked my what if. My what if is this. What if humans could actually empathize?
They can't.
No. Take a look at this world. Take a look at the United States.
That's not everybody, though. You're generalizing.
What if our empathy?
What if-
our
Everybody.
destinies
What if
were
here? How about
open-ended?
this? What if humans were not afraid to express empathy?
Correct. Maybe that's what I'm looking for.
There you go. Because we
Yeah.
all have empathy. Every human being, I
We
truly
have it,
believe,
but we
has
don't
empathy.
use it.
I think empathy is easy.
No.
No. Take a look at the world.
Well,
Empathy
okay.
is difficult because
From my life
sympathy is not the same
experience-
as empathy. Empathy means you're going to feel
I'm gonna walk a mile in your shoes.
right.
Yep.
I'm going to feel what they experience. And considering I'm an empath and I can actually feel
Right.
people's physical ailments and their emotions,
So before
Then that's
before
not
I
an easy
respond, I'm gonna use that power to be empathizer, right? I'm gonna be like, before I respond, but I just knee jerk response a lot of times. That's what humans do, right?
Right.
Hmm.
So, there's a lot of things happening in the world. And because you're from a different country, I choose not to walk in your shoes. I'm just going to go, oh,
Well, they're not.
you're British.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm picking on the British.
what if?
I am.
What if-
Well, I am of British lineage.
What if it's actually natural and good and accelerating of ourselves to actually think of the possibility that there's more than one way to look at something?
Boy, what if that? Boy, isn't that something?
What
Well, and
if-
Sandy Gibson actually says, "What if our destinies were open-ended?" To your point, right there.
Sandy,
What if?
do not
What if?
pop my Keanu bubble.
She's not popping your bubble. She's just saying, "What if it's open?" You just said. You just
I
said
understand it.
that. So, and she said, "Wait, that's too big a word for me. I don't know which word.
Bubble.
Bubble.
No, I don't know.
B-U-B-B-L-E.
So by open-ended, do you mean
Yeah.
like what if the top of the game of your life chart is level 10, but what if you have the option to make it to 12 if you choose?
I prefer to think my life is more like chutes and ladders. If I do something good, I can move forward. If I can't, then I slide backwards.
Do you think, what do you, well, see, but that kind of determines on what your definition of good is.
I know.
Because some people are taught that good is self-sacrificing,
Mhm.
and some people are taught that good is things, and some people are taught that
Right.
good is only what other people see.
Correct.
I mean, there's different levels of good, so it depends on what your good is. What if your good is different than somebody else's good? Do they get to move forward or slide back?
They don't play my game.
Then I kicked them off
They
my
don't
board.
play my game.
They don't play my game.
They kicked them off my playground.
That's it. I take my
So
ball and go home.
everybody then is playing a different game.
I think so. We've all got different. We've all written
it's-
different scripts.
There you go.
Yeah, we've all got different scripts.
See, but there was a time where we were up there having a little cup of coffee, sitting around a microphone, and saying, "Hey, what if in 2020 we do a show called What If to the stupid humans down there?" Not every one of our
I
listeners
find
are
it
brilliant people.
I find it
Now
difficult.
you got to be
believe-
careful because you almost gave a little something away. You said to the stupid humans down there. We're supposed to be talking like we're actually right here on Earth.
I'm just saying.
I
in
struggle with
McHenry,
believing
you
that
know.
any of us, even up there in the place of bliss, in our Akashic records knew this would be 2020.
Oh yeah. We're moving into the age of Aquarius.
What if you're the one who brought the murder hornet? What if you pocketed the murder hornet and brought it with you?
down?
Yeah. What if it's you?
It might have been.
Yeah,
Very
he
well
probably would have known. He might have got a little
Is that a murder hornet in your pocket? No.
Is that a murder hornet in your pocket? You just happen to see me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not at all
No?
happy to see you. There's no murder hornet in my pocket.
Nope, that's a banana.
There's no move along. Nothing to see
One of
here.
those little mini
Nothing to
Mexican
see
ones.
here. Yeah. It was one of the little plantains. It's cold out that day.
Tiny
Oh.
plantains and the little smiles oranges.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
There you go.
I needed
I-
laughs.
you know,
I
I-
think everybody needed laughs.
Sandy
What
wants
if?
her good to be in dollars. And I know we didn't actually really talk about no plan. We did not do any structure for this show.
What if
I didn't even know how long this show was going
What
to
if
be.
that was just going to be the
what if
fun
we
of it?
did?
What if we did?
Yeah. What if
And-
this is what we wrote?
And what if? Yeah. What if actually? Yeah. Wow. Great
wanna-
job, script writers.
What if our
Um,
writers were not on strike?
Yeah. What if? So we're actually coming up pretty close to
Yeah, we're
to
rolling
the
in.
end of an hour.
Got about 4 minutes. Yeah.
We got about 4 minutes. So is this a 1 hour show?
Well, yeah, I don't want to come for
What if it is?
Let's do an hour.
Okay. All right. So what if we go
That's
ahead and
what
just
she
keep doing?
said. Sorry.
What if
And
it
then-
is
and
literally it is
It
just
is
what
what she
she said. So what if we go ahead and just keep doing a show for an hour on Thursdays at 5:30?
I kind of enjoy it. It's
I think it's fun. And I think there will be some
Yeah.
times when we're serious and we really get into stuff. But
this is the first episode.
my thought behind it was, I mean, I do serious usually on Sunday mornings, and that's fine because that is part of who I am. But I thought, the world right now could use some laughter.
And what if the people who are watching, you're free to come in and be part of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you stopped
because
by
the
and
door
joined
has
us?
literally been open
Yeah.
this entire
Entire
time.
Just what if? What if you stop
What
by?
if you stop
We
by?
would love to have
We have new chairs.
chairs.
What if we let
How
Our
them
bus
use-
are christening the new
How did
chairs
they
right
work,
now.
by the way? They okay? How'd they work? over there?
Yeah, I think part of my issue and my whole thing is
I
there's
like
no
arms is my thing.
And these were for
the
narrow
arms
butts.
were the
These are
arms
what?
were
These chairs are built for narrow butts.
yeah.
That's
these-
why there are
that's
no arms.
Unfortunately, because I sat
We
in
tried.
the chair, he let me test it out.
We did try.
Yes,
and the
I like an
arms
arm.
they were too low. I like a
Number
high
one,
arm.
they were low. Number one,
They were low, and then they were not welcoming.
Yeah.
Of
it was more. Let's just say that the seating area was more European than it was
Yes.
American.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because European, they have the small streets and narrow houses and things.
And I man spread a bit. I've been
very
informed
you've been
that I-
microaggressive in me the entire time.
Sorry. I know I've been aimed. My man spread has been aimed in your general
That is-
direction this
that is
entire
been bad.
hour. My apologies.
What if it wasn't?
What if
What if it
that
wasn't? Would you do you
What
feel
if
better
someone
now?
just popped on for a minute and totally took that wrong?
What if? I'm
Yeah.
sure they did.
If people mention
What am I?
me-
What are you
What if that
listening
made
to?
us get a bunch of
Yeah.
tune-ins?
What are
Okay.
you listening to?
So Scott says, "What if?" He said, he says, if people, not what if. He said, if people mention the show, we'll give 10% off when you walk in his store. So, you know, if you mention the show and you walk in his store at, what was that, 1313 Riverside Drive in McHenry, Illinois.
And you say
And
to
you
him,
say,
what if you give me 10% off?
Yeah,
Because
what if you
know.
give me 10% off? Because you know. Because you know.
Yeah, it'll be like a secret
Yeah.
code.
Let Lisa talk more, please. Oh, is that my mother's telling me to apparently shut. Peter, pleasantly shut the fuck up. In
Yeah,
So,
yapping,
all right.
boy.
in her British
So
accent.
I apologize because I'm new to you. Who is this person with the
That
cool
was-
bakester? What's his name?
Oh, that's Scott Giles.
Scott Giles is
Mhm.
offering 10% off if you message the show, but we're going to make it even better. We're going to make it a special code. You have to walk in and say, what if you gave me 10% off because I know.
Yeah. What if you
How
gave
about
me
that?
10% off?
Are you cutting
because
us
I
off?
know. Yeah, that's the end of our show here. We're wrapping up. So
His
if you'd
mom
like
is not
more
gonna
what
like
if? What if you all come back next week, Thursday at 5:30? And what if you tell at least 2 or 3 other people to tune in next week, Thursday at 5:30? And what if you tell us what you want to talk about?
Or what if you showed up to
Or
talk about
what
it?
if you showed up?
Talk
It's
about
right
it.
here.
And you brought stuffed grape leaves.
What if?
I'll have to get a hold of Derek and say I was supposed to grab your grape leaves.
That sounds great. Call him up and say, call him up and say exactly.
Why?
Yeah, that didn't sound good.
Yes, I'm going to hear the phone call. Say it just like that. I dare
I'm
you.
missing something, obviously.
So, for all of us here at 216 The Net, what if you have a great night? Tune in tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. for Mary Catherine's Power Hour, followed by What's in Your Loaf and Bridging Civil Tension. And don't forget, 3:30 in the afternoon, Ask a Bookkeeper with Steph Conley.
Woo!
We'll see y'all. Thanks for joining.
It was fun. Thank you, everybody.